7 points just for playing it, which means to put it in the night sky.
And I know a lot of you, I heard yesterday, are working with thinking about undergraduate or opportunities for undergraduate students to do research. And so I've been really amazed by the things I've heard from the mentors about how it's affecting how they think about science, their career, community. I usually work with education students. So it's really fun and interesting to hear how they're connecting science and education and their career as a scientist with this experience. So that's like a new area that I think is pretty interesting, and some of the students express wanting to work on that, and I'm like, let's go.
You need to be able to communicate your research with the general public if you ever want a grant or for them to buy your product. And with my humanities classes, I found that they were able to do that, but they didn't always understand the technical concepts when it came to time. So I found that I was always in a limbo of wanting to be able to do both, and that's kind of at the same time Game Club came around. So it gave me an opportunity, like an outlet to learn how to practice science talking to a 10-year-old, and the way I talk about vaccines in my cancer biology class is way different than when I'm talking to a 10-year-old. And so when we're playing cytosis, which is all about cells, you have to learn kind of how to navigate that conversation.
So when I found out about working with the Boys and Girls Club to play board games, I was like, this is perfect. This totally combines like the two things that I love. And within a semester, and now looking at 3 semesters, I have noticed such a big personal development in being able to effectively communicate science with younger students. And in my eyes, as many of you know, if you can explain science to a 10-year-old, you can explain the scientific concept to anyone, especially when you get up so high in your field that it gets so complex and confusing. You're like, how do I explain a neutron star to a kid? And when you learn how to do that, you become so much more effective at communicating with your peers, the public, which is so important, especially right now. And that's really pushed me towards wanting to, like Jesse said, not just have a career solely in research, but become a physics professor and create physics and astronomy camps for kids.
Which is really important for Corey and the research is how, we could just play the game, right? But is that necessarily impacting the students that we're playing with? We're not sure. So while we do so, not only, of course, we have, fun conversations about our lives and things like that, but we're also trying to ask, strategic questions to try to get the kids to be like, oh yeah, you're right, and then they go into it. And the best is when they internalize it so much that they will then, pose the questions to the other students, or if it's a new setting, they'll explain how to play a game to, a new club member or something like that. So while you're playing, you can be each other's guinea pigs, see, oh, this is where I would ask this question, or, pose this situation.
Okay, so this one has this little symbol right there. So that means in that constellation in the night sky, when you're looking up at that constellation, there's actually a star cluster that's hidden from your eyes.